Hi guys, so that's me back from Brighton SEO now. Still recovering. Got back Saturday night about 5 o'clock, got the plane home, but after 4 days of drinking it was really tough on the body. I think I'm probably getting way too old to do 4 days in a row. Even 2 days in a row is pretty difficult. But I'm going to do a quick video on the slides that I actually done. I don't believe they were recorded, I believe that there was only the main auditorium, but for anyone who did want to see my talk and didn't make it, then the talk is here. So good luck with that. Cheers. So this is the introduction to my slides at Brighton SEO. So my name's Craig Campbell. I'm an SEO consultant and trainer based in Scotland. I do consultancy and training all over the UK and even further afield if people would like me to come and train their agency teams, or it's an individual wanting to learn more. I try and offer advice and consultancy and training to make sure that you don't make the same mistakes that I've made over the years. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. 20 minutes is all I've got to speak at Brighton SEO. It was nowhere near enough time to get everything across about PBNs. I could only skim the surface with the information provided. Anyone who does want to tweet me or likes what I'm saying or whatever, do tweet me at Craig Campbell 03 and try and include the hashtag Brighton SEO. So today's talk is going to be about link building. It is a well-known fact that link building has always been and probably always will be a major ranking signal. And it is to this day. The core specifics of SEO hasn't changed over the years. Obviously, the relevancy of links and things like that have changed, and how people do links is diversified massively. And but link building is still something that is an important ranking signal, even though Google tell you that it's not something they want to see you doing. And there's always that fear factor of, should I build links, should I not? It's really up to yourself what you choose to do. Many of the most successful people out there, whether it's gambling, finance people, legal people, will do link building, and what they will use is private blog networks. So I want to talk about the risks and rewards of PBNs. So what is a PBN? So there always is a caution when anyone mentions the word private blog network. People seem to get scared, and probably rightly so. And there is an element of risk that comes with using a private blog network. They are websites that people use to build links to their other websites to rank them well and manipulate the search engines. And the previous speaker to me, Casper, was talking about getting out of manual penalties. So there is a risk. Google do penalise websites for doing things that they shouldn't be doing. But, with anything in life, you can walk out the door in the morning and be hit by a bus. There's an element of risk all round. You can't go around being scared to leave your house. And by the same token, if you're doing SEO, you cannot be scared to build links. You want to try and do it as ethically as possible though. So the risks, as I say, there's always a risk to anything in life. Building a low quality PBN is likely to get you penalised by Google. So do be careful when you see PBN sellers out there. What would be a shit PBN in my opinion? So there's PBNs out there, low quality domain names, probably an expired domain name that's possibly had the backside ripped out of it by another SEO. A bad PBN would tend to be on a shared server, multiple accounts on one shared server, which means that it's one IP address. That means Google can quickly establish what you're trying to do. They also use copied or spun content, or they'll use places like Fiverr or something similar to put the content onto these PBNs. They also publicly sell links on their PBNs. So you'll see loads of guys out there saying, I'll get you 50 links for $20 or whatever the cost may be. Anyone that publicly sells links isn't using a private blog network. PBN and the word private tends to mean that it's private for your use and maybe a couple of your friends. And bad PBNs also tend to be websites that have no traffic. They don't rank well. They're there with decent domain metrics, which come from third-party tools, but they don't carry as much power as a website that gets real traffic and has real rankings. So this is the kind of PBN sellers. You'll see adverts like 50 permanent PBN links, domain authority, page authority, trust flow, citation flow, all this stuff. And it's all, done with a view to telling people that PBNs are a good thing. Be careful with that kind of stuff, because they tend not to be what I would consider to be a good PBN. So there are good PBNs, bad PBNs, and this is the ones you want to avoid. Muhammad Ali said, he who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. And there isn't anything truer than that. And regardless of what you do in business, whether it's SEO or anything else, there always is an element of risk. And in the SEO industry, PBNs and strategies that are not deemed white hat are taking risks. If you want to sit back and earn very little money, rank for long tail keywords, get average traffic, then you're not taking risks and you're not going to earn money in life. In my opinion, you're not going to do the job properly unless you have a high-end budget, you're doing big PR, big paid advertising and stuff like that, then you could get some traction online. But if you're doing SEO and you're not taking risks, in my opinion, you're not going to accomplish that much. So here is an example of a website that started in September 2017. They wanted links, everything else was okay, but they couldn't really get past the traffic levels that they were currently at. So you can see quickly the increase in traffic to this website, and that is from organic search. They now do rank for a considerable amount of keywords, and they do get a considerable amount of traffic. This is also another big website who ranks for 114,000 keywords. They have done it over the years, and it's not something that's short term, but you can see that this website has got a hell of a lot of traffic, and this was built up and used PBNs as part of the link building strategy. So it does show that if you do take the risk, you can get the rewards of using PBNs if they're done properly. So that particular client on the first slide I showed you started in September 2017. They probably get 4 or 5 times more traffic relatively quickly, 10 times more sales, so it can be done. And as you can see on the organic position distribution, they've got a hell of a lot more keywords in page 2, 3 and below that we can push right onto page 1 and continue to grow that website as high as we possibly can. Here is another website that used PBNs, and you can see, if you look in the bottom right hand corner, the revenue that these people made in a year, because they obviously have some good paid search as well, they have some good organic search, and they have a good mixture of online advertising. For a very new business to make 640 grand in a year, and it's constant growth, new business, it's all online sales, it's e-commerce, is a good turnaround. Now, I'm not claiming that PBNs were the sole purpose of this, but I think it's 20% of their traffic came from organic search. They only really started in May or June 2017, so we didn't have as much organic search as we possibly could have in the first 6 months of the year because they weren't doing SEO, but we can certainly take 20% of the credit for that, using PBNs as part of an overall network of strategies that did help this client increase. So traffic, this was where it said traffic bonus, where everyone laughed. I was asked to change it to traffic increase in case anyone was offended. So traffic increase, traffic boner, website stiffy, or whatever else you want to call it, is what SEO is all about. Getting more traffic onto your website, getting more sales. So what is a real PBN? So I've obviously went on about what bad PBNs were. What I would tend to say is a good PBN would be a quality website that gets traffic, has decent rankings, has citations, it has regular social activity, they're on different servers with different IP addresses, and it's got its own unique content, it's got map listings, it's got a nice new fresh template that works properly. And as I say, it's a lot better than having a cluster of websites in one shared server, same spun content, same website templates, the same plugins. That is what would be a shit PBN. Sounds like a lot of hard work doing all of that kind of stuff, and it is a lot of hard work. In reality, that there is a lot of stuff that needs to be done. But what you want to do is work smart, not hard. And, you've got to use delegation. You've got to outsource elements of work that you may not want to do. I call it grunt work. Hire a virtual assistant, whatever you may choose to do as part of your strategy. And use automation. It's the 21st century. And, everyone's using automation. Tools are out there. People don't want to be manually doing everything. Even taxis, Uber, you can see when your taxi's coming and stuff like that, and it's all automated. Why not? It keeps everyone in the loop. It's a great service, and it's the same with SEO, but people tend to get scared when automation gets mentioned. No one suggests that you automate your whole SEO campaign, but use automation where it's possible to cut down on the grunt work and all the hard stuff. Because if not, you're not going to catch anyone who's been doing it for 10 years previous. So think smart. So Callan, I'm not even going to try and pronounce his surname. I'm Callan from Bulgaria. It's Kari Hahov, something like that. Callan has a heap of UK expired domain names. He was at BrightonSEO, and hopefully you did get to meet him. He is a guy that people tend to go to buy good quality domain names. And what you tend to do is go to a guy like Callan, get his domain names, and then get a website, whether it's from the Wayback Machine or whatever, and put up a website and try and utilise its power where possible. There's also another guy, Matt Tricott. He's a drop catcher. He has a lot of domain names, and actively gets domain names for people. He's one of the most well-known the most well-known unknown guy out there. Everyone knows him that knows what they're doing. But if you're a white hat guy, you'll probably never have heard of this guy. A drop catcher, and he leaves you with little or no chance of getting some of the good domain names that are out there. You need to get a hold of this guy and see what he's up to. He regularly emails you with new domain names that are coming his way. He sells you them for a fee. It's nothing outrageous. Obviously, he does have premium domain names, but he has an outrageous list of domain names that have good traffic. And I can highly recommend both Callan and Matt Tricott if you're looking to buy domain names. Don't chase domain metrics though. So when you're looking for domain names from these guys, some people do sell it on. Look at the trust flow, look at the citation flow and stuff like that. People obsess over domain metrics. Look at the backlink profile. That is the most important thing. So these guys tend to say, I've got some, this domain name, abc.com has got government links, it's got BBC links, it's got this, it's got that. That is what you're looking for, not the trust flow, the citation flow, because what happens is if a domain name expires or hasn't been live for a while, the domain metrics go down. As soon as you put a website up, they tend to jump back up by 10 or 15 on those scores. And so don't obsess over domain metrics. You can get a domain with low domain metrics that jump up very, very quickly. So don't always chase these domain metrics, because like the likes of Majestic SEO, great tool, great database. However, it's a third-party tool who use a mathematical calculation to give you a score, and it's great to get a gauge on whether a website has a good score or not, but Google don't really bother whether it's something's trust flow 30 or whether it's 25 or whatever. It's not something that they take into consideration. So initial setup with a PBN. You need to get a website, you need to get content, you need to get hosting, and it shouldn't take months. There's a typo on this. It shouldn't take months to build a PBN. It should be a quick fix. Get a CMS, WordPress, whatever it might be, get a nice template, get some nice pages on there, make it responsive, and that would be the initial setup. What you want to do, there's also a guy called Robert Kirk, citationsbuilder.com. He does citations. As you can see here, his smallest package is $60. He will get you 35 citations. 30 is a mix of generic, geographic specific and niche directories, and he gets citations on 5 social media sites. What is really unique about Robert's setup is your description on your directory listing is spun to make it unique, and he also sends your citations to an indexing tool. Now, the most common mistake that people make when doing their own citations is they repeat the same bio time and time again, and they're not all getting indexed. They've got a very low index rate. You can pay a guy like Robert who'll get 90% of your citations indexed for you because of the way he does it. Everyone can do their own manual citations if they want to. It's tedious, takes time. For $60 and you want them done properly and they're indexed and everything else, it's a great buy. You can also do it manually. If you're lazy like me, use Robert. Mass Planner. This is knowledge bomb number 2, by the way. The other number 1 was Callan and Matt Tricott. Knowledge bomb number 2 is Mass Planner. A great tool. It is invite only, so anyone who goes to massplanner.com will see that this service is no longer in use. They're not allowed to publicly sell it anymore, but this tool is amazing, and if you want to get an invite to it, give me an email and I will invite you to it. So what it does, it works on all social media platforms. It builds a real following. It can work on whatever day of the week you want it to work, at specific times of the day that you want it to work. And it basically builds you a following on autopilot. It's amazing. So you can use it for your own account or any other account that you wish to work on, whether that's a client account, your fake personas, whatever. It works across all the main social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Google+, LinkedIn, Tumblr, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube. It works on them all. Here is a fake persona that I use. Now, the reason I use a fake persona is to avoid leaving footprints when it comes to buying domain names, when it comes to leaving Google reviews or anything else. Think creatively what you want to do with a fake person. That's a fake persona. I use Mass Planner to make that person look real. And he has, 2,500 followers. He regularly tweets about certain things. He likes a lot of stuff. And that's all done through Mass Planner. I can now use that persona to do whatever the hell I like, whether it's, as I say, buying domain names, whatever it might be. And because it's given that unique, regular look of a real person, then it's going to avoid the footprint as far as I'm concerned, and works very well. And when you build a real PBN, the job is not to leave footprints. So people say PBNs are dead. They're not dead if you do it properly. Real websites that get real traffic, that regularly get updated, you don't leave any footprints and keep it all really unique. This is not dead. This is what websites are. Now, in order to manage your fake personas, there's another great tool called Ghost Browser. You can have unlimited personas on there. You don't need to log into your Twitter, your Facebook, whatever. It's all on there. You log in once and you continue to log in time and time again. And your Twitter, your Facebook, your Gmail, whatever you want is all open for you. Obviously, it stores. You use proxy for every single profile on this, and it makes it really quick and easy to go in and buy domain names, leave reviews, whatever it might be. This is what you want to use to do this. And again, avoid leaving those footprints. GoPBN.com, a great tool by Udit Goenka, the guy that owns Power Up Hosting. Now, what Udit has cleverly done here is allowed us PBN guys who used to have to buy hundreds and hundreds of different hosting accounts that all had different IP addresses on different servers in different locations. It's a pain in the backside. The admin is horrendous. Udit has designed GoPBN, and this does it all for you. So it's a dashboard. You log in, you pick how many PBNs you want, then you get a dashboard that looks as simple as this. So if you want to install testdomainname.com, for example, this here, you put your domain name in, you pick the CMS that you want, whether that's WordPress, Magento, whatever. You then click here and it will ask you whether you want to host it in London, Berlin, Australia, whatever it may be. And then you pick your package and you deploy it. Now, the clever part with this is Udit has this set up that your IP address is going to be different every time. The server that you use is going to be different. The hosting company that hosts the server is going to be different. So they've got multiple registrars or hosting providers in the background, like UK Fast. Well, I don't know the exact companies here, so I may get some of them wrong, but like 123 Reg, Rackspace, whatever, you know, your domain name is getting deployed to one of those servers under this dashboard, and it's really key to avoid leaving footprints. Really great tool, something that people should know about. Also, a great tool would be Cert.net. This allows you to manage and monitor your PBN. I think it's a great tool. Not that well known by many people. Always, every time I talk about this, people go, "What? What's that?" It is a paid-for tool. It's basically an all-in-one SEO suite. It's 45 tools. Some of the key features for me are it's got an uptime monitor, so I can monitor all my PBNs. It's got domain finding tools. It's got rank tracking tools. You can track domain metrics. And basically, it's got a whole lot of other stuff here as well. Long tail keywords, backlink explorer, local tracking, Amazon tracker, YouTube tracker. It's got a site auditor. It's got a citation scanner. It's got grammar checker. It's got WordPress manager on it. It's got content restorer. It's frightening how good this tool is, and well worth looking at. So that is Cert.net. That helps me massively with managing and maintaining my PBNs. So have a look. The key to PBNs is you're feeding Google what it, or any website, feed Google what it wants. It wants websites, you know, it doesn't use domain metrics, but you know, you want to try and get those up better than your competitors. Google wants good quality, relevant websites linking to each other. Use these PBNs as tools to bargain with other people as well. You can use it as a tool to say to another webmaster, I want a link and I can give you a link from this, that, and the next thing. So make sure that you use your PBNs as tools. And also, what is really important is keeping your PBN a secret. Do not publicly sell. Try and fly under the radar and use these as assets to your business, because it's really important for your link building power that you grow these as you go forward. They are assets to your business. Treat your PBNs well. Treat them like you would treat your own main website. Add value to them, better them, add videos, add content, add everything else, and never sell links on there. It's not wise, because your name will get out there and every Tom, Dick and Harry will want links on there, and your PBN is no longer a PBN. There is a risk, as I say. Google do take action, and it can cost you a lot of money to get yourself out of trouble with Google. There are specialists out there, but it does cost a lot of money. You will see a slump in rankings and sales. What strategy do you then go on to use? Because you will be scared if you've had manual action taken against you. And the big question is, does Google ever trust your website 100% again? I'm not so sure. So there is a risk. You don't want to take that risk. Do it properly. Don't leave footprints. and you won't have to worry about that. The main target for any SEO is to get ranks, traffic and leads, not to get anyone banned. We all want to make money. There's enough money out there for us all to make if we do our jobs properly. Use a sensible strategy and continue to keep up to date with things. Now here is an SEO strategy before PBNs. It does take a bit of time for this one to load up. Viral pieces can work well. They still work well to this day. You don't have to solely use PBNs. You can also go to your suppliers, industry bodies, and other people within your niche to get links. You can also get citations from local and national big websites like Yale, Thomson Local, and all these other kind of things. Also exhaust all of your outreach opportunities. Exhaust it, as much as you possibly can. You can also look for PR links. You can also get mentions on web, set up the tool mentions, and if other people are mentioning you out there, you'll probably be able to get a link from them, which obviously comes under the word link reclamation. You can also write and contribute on expert blogs, forums, whatever it might be as well. Get links from those and make everything look really, really good. Do that before you start looking at PBNs. Try and exhaust as much of the good stuff as you possibly can and top up PBNs. Top up with PBNs where needed. Now, I've got one last little trick. I didn't mention the person's name at BrightonSEO, and I'm not going to mention their name just now, who dropped this one on me, but it works really, really well. What these guys tend to do is they'll find images. This is a way to build links, by the way. They will find images out there on a guy's website, whether it's a plumber, whether it's anyone else, and they'll reach out to them and say, you're using my image. And the person sometimes goes, oh, sorry about that. But a part of that outreach, it says, if you give me a link, you can continue to use the image. And normally the admin person or the editorial person or whatever it may be will just do it, not argue, and carry on. Now, they reckon 9 out of 10 people will fall for this trick. And it's a quick way to gain a link. People will tend to credit you if you ask them to do it, even if it's not your picture. I know that seems a bit naughty, but everyone always wants to know different ways to build links, and that's quite a naughty one that has quite a high conversion rate. So a cheeky little trick there. That is knowledge bomb number 3, and apparently this works really, really well. How can you contact me? You can obviously get me on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, or you can email me on craig@craigcampbellseo.co.uk. You could have came and seen me at my stand. I had Matt Walker, Peter Van de Graaf, Dooley, Andy Drinkwater, Ross Tavendale and stuff like that down at the stand. And we were giving people a lot more tips and advice on all things to do with SEO. So you did have the opportunity to come to the stand. Sadly, that's not the case anymore because BrightonSEO was finished, but you can send me a message and I'm more than happy to talk to you and try and offer help where possible. And that was me. So thank you very much for watching and hope you enjoyed the slides.